Exactly. You go where your interest lie.
All right, that's better than y'all niggas. Y'all niggas not there at all. Trump hasn't been in like 2 years. Yesterday we never invited, and all Tahoe care about is whole shit. So here we are.
Listen, I'd love to be ingratiated into the community.
You want to join the Discord?
They would tap me.
They welcomed a new young lady into the Discord the other day. They all started salivating over her.
Oh, really?
Like, niggas are so hungry. They're like, no, we just want to appreciate her. I'm gonna fuck something. Ooh,
she look good.
Yeah, she's actually really good looking. Actually,
that's peace.
Oh shit! What's good, y'all? Y'all know we started the show. How y'all feeling? Like we just gonna act like we didn't start recording? What's going on?
Yeah, I didn't realize I was still in the Discord. I thought I got kicked out.
Nobody else did either.
That nigga said I was kicked out.
I just opened it up. I'm like, oh shit, I still have it.
Nobody else did either.
You're not admin. You don't got the green shit. You a regular person in there. Oh, that's admin now.
Makes the trauma this shit.
Yeah, it's just me and you.
Trom, I'm gonna change that. I didn't know that you wasn't admin, but it's not like you care.
In the Discord, he's not there.
What's good, America? How y'all feeling? We are back in this thing this week. A lot of stuff going on. I told you I was gonna come in hot, and I'm not sure if I'm coming in hot. I want to know if the dynamic changes if you're a regular person talking to just another regular person, right? Like, say, if I'm just a dude on the internet, there's certain shit I can't say to another chick on the internet. It's just not, it's inappropriate. Let me rewind. As y'all know, I have my Heart of Soft live shows this week. One in Philly on Thursday, one in New York last night. Sunday, right? Tanae pulls up. Shout out to my lovely, I want to say wife. I keep calling her wife because we there, but it is what it is. Shout out to her. She looks nice. Afterwards, we on our way home, or maybe when we got back to the crib, I was like, why you even wear no makeup? I told her she looked nice, but I did want to know why she didn't wear no makeup. She's like,
yes.
I left work. As soon as I left work, why you put your glasses on?
I don't know where you're going with this. Please continue.
Everybody's doing the glasses thing. Oh, y'all not all right. I don't feel like this is that. See, this is the problem. She was like, I left work because I had to leave early from New York. I couldn't wait for her to get off of work. So she took a train there and then drove back with me on the way back. She was like, when I left work, I had to go right to the train so I could get there on time for the show. I didn't have time, whatever. I forgot my bag there. I had to carry my work clothes, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Was what it was. She comes to the New York show. When I saw her at the New York show, I said, wow, you got on makeup. She's like, no, I don't. I was like, it must be the shirt. You look really nice. Right? She had an orange shirt on. I would say, it must have done something for your skin. When we got home, she was like, you really thought I had on makeup? I was like, nah, I just don't understand why you don't be wearing makeup to my events. Like, I don't understand. She was like, that's rude. I was like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm asking a question because it's just the same shit that happened the other day. 2 days later, you do it again. When you want to look, she's like, why I gotta wear makeup to go out? I was like, no, but you do wear makeup to go out. This is something you do, but now with these, you don't. I'm confused. She was like, I think you need to ask people about asking this question because this is a rude question to ask a woman. I said, I'm not asking a woman this. I'm asking my fiance. I'm just asking a question because I don't understand why you would come to my shit, which is a celebration of what I've been doing, as if it's not a celebration of what I've been doing. Because if this was something that you was doing, you wouldn't want me to show up in sweatpants. She said, that's not the same. I said, how isn't it the same? That I feel that I've seen you when you want to make an impression, You go the whole route. You go the whole route. Why is it when you come to my shit, you go half the route? We actually had it was a good combo. We didn't argue, right? She was just like, I just don't think you're supposed to ask women those questions. I said, I would never ask that to a woman. On the internet, or just some random chick. I'm talking to my best friend.
All right,
I'm talking to you. This is not me just randomly. I'm just like, yo. I said, so I'm not supposed to be honest about questions that I have with you because I'm supposed to follow some social norm thing. Like I didn't say. I literally told you when I saw you, you look nice. You look really nice. The shirt is illuminating your skin. I said this. You brought it back when we got home. You brought it back up. I didn't say nothing. I had my feet kicked up. I was chilling. When you
this is crazy.
I don't understand why. So I want to leave it here on the table for everybody here. Shout out to DJ Trauma. Shout out to yesterday. Shout out to Miss Daja Bell. Am I wrong for asking why she didn't wear makeup to my events?
Wait, quick question. Quick, let me ask this question first because I'm confused. You said that she brought it up when y'all got home? I thought
when we got home, she said, "You really thought I had on makeup?" And I was like,
but you asked her unprovoked.
No. I asked her, when she walked up to me at the second show, she looked nice or whatever. I was like, "Oh, you put on makeup today," as like a jab as to the shit from the other day. She was like, "No, I don't." I was like, "Oh, it must be the shirt. It's illuminating your skin."
Oh, God. You got her.
What? What you got?
No, we got her. No, we got her because when she woke up to you the second day, you was like, "Oh, you got on makeup today." And she's like, "No, I don't." The cleanup. You like, "Oh, no, the shirt." You feel me? The skin. You feel me? They're not alike.
You know what I mean?
No. Listen, I was gonna say I took the glasses off early because I didn't know where you was going, but I'm rolling with you on this. I've had this similar experience in my last relationship.
No wonder why it's your last relationship. Y'all don't know how to talk to people.
No. See, we got him. Look, early.
You can't say nothing.
You even know what happened. Basically, the same type of thing. What happened? I've seen when the person I was in a relationship with. They used to go out on the weekends a lot. They used to go out with their homegirls, family members, things like that. They would buy a new outfit every time, a new piece, you feel me? Looking fresh, looking good, makeup, everything, all the time. When we would go out on dates, I'm getting the jeans from the back end closet. I'm getting the wrinkled dress. I'm getting, you feel me? I'm like, and I said to her one time, like, yo, I'm in this shit looking fresh as ever. Why you look like why are you doing this to me? Because again, like to Tahoe's point, I've seen you put effort in every other facet. But why when we go out on a date, it's just like, oh yeah, like I could mail it in. I'm not mailing it in. I'm not just getting up, throwing on the tech, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. Me and my lady
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my lady going out. I'm trying to at least look presentable. I want to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Why not, like, why with me though? Because it's not like you do this all the time, right? So I'm not asking for the highest level of shit, but I'm just saying when we go out or if it's something for me, why can't I get that same type of energy and effort? So I agree with you, Tyler. I've been there.
You think it's funny, dog? Trom is just kind of trying to hold the fire.
I'm just waiting my turn.
Go ahead, nigga. This is an open combo. I don't have to point to you.
I agree with you, Tahoe. Actually, so
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I started off with my glasses on because I was like, Tahoe on some bullshit. But now I get it. I can relate. And so I always like a woman in heels. I like my lady to wear heels. And there'll be times where she might go out with her girls and she got heels on, but she don't never, like similar to what yesterday was saying. But when we go out, I'm like, you got sneakers on, flats or something. I'm like, how come I don't get no heels? Like, so, yo, matter of fact, Tahoe, you remember back in the days, not only do I not like flats, but we went as far to start a coalition called
against
NAW.
wedges.
Yeah,
right?
Called NAW, Niggas Against Wedges.
Yeah, I never remember that. No, it's crazy. Against wedges is nuts.
You weren't trying to be comfortable on my dime?
Yeah, like
comfortable around me.
Literally put your best foot forward when we going out. Like, come on, man. Like,
yo, y'all niggas is sick, yo.
What?
No, it's crazy. No, it's crazy.
This is your family. These are your men.
Why are you trying to be comfortable when it's me? When you go out with your homegirls, you uncomfortable. Yeah, your heels going up in the air, makeup all caked over your face. What happened when it's me? Now, and I can't even ask the question, Dodge. You said it before. John, will you finish?
Well, one more thing. One thing I will agree with what Dodge said. There's a way to act, but I don't know. No. Let me finish. I don't know. I don't know a better way to ask it than the way you did. Like, it's not like you did it in a disrespectful way. Like, I literally don't know how to talk about that shit. So, Dodge, please tell us.
Because it's romantics. It's romantics. Yeah. No matter how you do it, they're gonna find, oh, you should have said it this way.
Right.
No matter how you do it, it's always gonna be, oh, it was the way you did it. Please,
I need an example of how we're supposed to do it. Dodge, well, give us an example. How are you supposed to broach this topic? Like,
I'm bugging.
This is fucking crazy. No, this is crazy because I always try to be against y'all. I be looking for every which way to be against y'all. And I'm still trying to find it right now. And I feel like it's going to be bullshit but I'm going to find a way to go against y'all. But it's hard because I'm the exact opposite. I put more effort into my fits when I'm with my nigga than when I'm with my friends. And my friends be mad at me. Like, bitch, you gotta enjoy this again? Like, fuck y'all hoes. I'm not fucking y'all. I don't want to wish. I don't gotta be cute for you hoes. Like, no. But I don't know. Like, I just feel like why you don't have, like, I feel like makeup and fits is two different things. Like, if my man came to me like, why you came to my work event with no makeup on? Like, nigga, did you just call me ugly? Like, who are you talking to? That's like you showing up to an event or something like that and you don't have a haircut and I'm like, nigga, why you ain't throwing a hat? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just rude. Like, give me, especially if you know that she didn't travel from work to another state. Like, if you really cared so much about how she looked, why you ain't have a fit ready for her? Like, if you care so much about how she looked and how she
wrong with her fit. I didn't say there was anything wrong with her fit.
But what I'm saying is, like,
no, you're trying.
You're making it seem like
you got the longest arms in the world. If you was on the motherfucking train, you had 2 hours sitting down to do your makeup. What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about? You were sitting there. You didn't have to drive. You're just sitting there watching the trees go by. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
That's a nasty crazy way to put makeup on, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's a nasty setup. Yeah.
Like, not even going to Amtrak straight after an 8-hour shift and take a nap. No, bitch, put your face on because you're coming out with me. I'm Tahoe. I don't know. This is tough.
No. I think ultimately, I think you might be right on this one because I feel like. You make the little misstep about you thought she had on makeup, but again, you just, you know what I'm saying, the lighting, the shirt.
She looked nice. I didn't say I said you look nice. That was the first thing I said when I seen her. You look nice. So there was never a chance.
Today, like, that's crazy.
No. So the thing is, when I saw her, I said, hey, you look nice. Something about makeup, I said, right?
However.
I left it alone. However, where's the lipstick? No. However, so when we got home, she brought it up, and this was a real question. I don't understand how or why these events 2 days from each other, both of them, You just didn't have time to go the whole route, as you do when you're with your homegirls.
Because you don't
homegirls. Their shit is caked out.
You don't want to be the hit friend of the crew. Like you being my man, you supposed to.
I don't want the hit girlfriend in the room.
Wow.
But why? So you trying to say she hit makeup on is crazy? Break up with him today. Let that nigga slide down the wall for Christmas. Break up with this nigga.
Listen, too far.
Slide down. Let this nigga slide down the wall.
The only
okay.
reason I said that is because you said the hit.
Look at yesterday.
Only reason I said that is because you said the hit homegirl in the crew. But why is it that you can say that? Like, this is the problem that I'm having. Because I have to walk on eggshells in my relationship. You can say that when it comes to your homegirls. Oh, I don't want to be the hit girl in my crew, but I can't say the same shit when it comes to my relationship. Why? Why? I don't want to hide from my girl. I don't. I want to be able to say the shit that matters to me respectfully. I asked respectfully. Why is this happening? I just don't understand. I didn't say you need to. I didn't say you don't look good. I'm just like, yo, this is a coincidence. What the fuck?
I was about to say, well, this is a weird coincidence.
Ouch. 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 Bitch just text me. Oh, I'm the hit friend now.
But you know, Tanae a little crazy, so I don't even know why.
This is the problem I'm having. It has nothing to do with your looks. It's the decision making. I'm just trying to understand the decision making. And I want to know why you're not supposed to ask respectful questions to women. Why?
There's some questions that I don't know how to ask a woman. It's like, I don't know. I feel you, Tahoe. I feel like, yeah, that's my best friend. I should be able to say it. There's certain shit I don't even say because I don't know how to say it.
But it's like, why is it that important to you? Like, because I feel like the problem is like, I think like here's the romantics coming in, right? Like,
you at your best at all times.
I'm about to leave the logic aside. But why is the best not authentic? Why is my best not just me? Like, why do I have to add something, add a lash, add a fucking beat face for that to be the best for you? Like,
because when I wear sweatpants, I look nice. But when I wear a suit, I look nicer. What?
And
what's the fucking difference? When you dress up, you look nicer. When you dress up, you look nicer. What the fuck? You can wear dope. You can look.
Alter my face. That's what makeup is.
This is what I'm talking about with romantics. This is romantics. I wish that I could fucking hide these caved-in eyes of mine. I would love to put on some fucking makeup. Men don't do that.
Y'all was calling bitches witches and wizards and all types of shit. Like, you don't really look like this. But now that you have an authentic natural beauty, it's like, why you didn't add more when you came outside with me? Like, that's
you do it when you go out with your friends.
That's a different situation.
Why? Why?
Dodge, you made
I'm not in competition with my men. That's why I don't have
competition with your friends.
If all my bitches get together and they got on the fucking the flyest bags, the flyest shoes, they all got they fucking face beat to hell, and I come out with jeans, Jordans, and a t-shirt, I'm gonna look stupid standing next to them. I'm never gonna look stupid standing next to you. We're not in competition.
Why come to my event looking stupid?
Huh?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
Dodge, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna use your example. If your man, everywhere he goes with his homies, he got a fresh cut, fresh shape up, looking sharp. But when
you have to say, you know my nigga bald.
I'm just saying, this is all hypotheticals, whatever you want to, he could shape up his whatever. Facial, he don't got facial hair, do it. So, all right. So if you don't have, so let's just go with outfit. I know it's not the same comparison, but you mentioned the haircuts earlier. So,
okay.
Fresh outfit when he's with the fellas. Now you invite him to your work event, like a holiday party. Wouldn't you expect the same effort? It's about priorities. It's not about whether he looks good. like, you know, your mate could look good either way, but it's like, dang, you're not prioritizing my work event the same way you prioritize how you look when you're out with your homeboys.
No, like I said, I understand where y'all are coming from, but there's nothing in my spirit that makes me want to even agree with y'all even a little bit. Like, y'all know, I don't want to do it.
Why not?
She agree.
I don't want to. And I said in the beginning, I'm going to find every reason possible to not agree with y'all because fuck y'all. No.
So there's not an agree.
You know, we got it.
I'm not even saying right or wrong here. This is what part of me, yes. I don't want to say right or wrong here. What I want to know is why can't I ask this question? That's what the question that was asked to me. You should ask if you should ask this question. This isn't a right or wrong. Again, she looked amazing. That's not the problem. The problem wasn't that she was wrong and not wearing it or not. The question is, why can't I ask this question?
Because it just
woman.
That's what it is. It gives you the ick. Even as a woman, even coming from your man, that shit is very icky. Because we're not talking about a fit, right? We're not talking about something like, oh, that fit is not the right fit for this event. That's something you can easily change out. You're talking about my face, my nigga. You're saying that my face is not up to par to be around people right now. Like that's how it's coming off icky.
No, I think that's the easy. I see, and
the perception is my natural face is not good enough for this moment. And that gives me an ick.
But I think, but perception sometimes that's an easy route. That's like a scapegoat. Like perception, it's easy to say, oh, but the perception is some shit that offended me. The real crux of the issue is energy and effort, right? So I feel like we can call it and say whatever we want. This is an energy and effort conversation, right? So maybe the way and how the whole situation rolled out, coupled with, like you said that the other show was like this too. So, you know, maybe that all in conjunction is how it rolled out. But this is all energy and effort. It goes back to why not put the same energy and effort in with me as you do otherwise? If I see you at every other spot and you put in a certain amount of energy and effort, it's going to be noticeable if you don't do the same at mine. Not that it's a bad thing, but why can't I get the same energy and effort? It might not necessarily have to be makeup, but it could be, you know, it could be a fit. It could be lashes. It could be lashes. It could be a different hair. It could be something else that's like, oh, all right, you try to take it up. So I feel like it's nothing's wrong with asking energy or effort. Like you said, your man is bald. If he went out with the fellas every week and he got the shine and the glaze and he was looking amazing every Friday, and then when it's time to go out with you, it's like, yo, nah, you feel me? It's just not done. You're gonna be like, my nigga, how you just find a way to, like, how does this work? The glaze don't come out when it's daytime. Feel me? They don't got the joint. Like, you're gonna be asking questions because you're gonna be like, hey, I'm just trying to understand how do these things keep happening?
Keep happening.
Can we answer Kendra's question? So Kendra in the comments says sometimes the delivery is important, and I agree. I need this question answered. What's the way that we're supposed to deliver this message? Because I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know. I think if you enthusiastically tell me or enthusiastically say like, "Oh, you have on makeup today," and I don't, I think I would have slapped you upside your fucking head. Because that shit offended me. Like, nigga, what are you trying to say?
Oh, you put on makeup today? Nah.
Nah.
Nah, the shirt, the light. Nah, you look nice. Nah.
Gleaming off your skin. Like, what? Nigga.
But the core of it is, you're right.
It's about effort. I get your core, and I think that the conversation should be rooted in effort and not semantics. And I think that that's the best way to be like, you know what? This is something that I noticed. Like, I noticed that you do this, and when you're with me, you do that. Is there an effort issue? Like, because, like, or maybe for our next date night, I pick out your outfit, you pick out my outfit, and we go together, and then we can have a conversation like, yeah, you know, I would love that if most of our date nights we can do something like this. Like, and then it's effort. Like, I don't know. But don't fucking come to me talk about, bitch, why you don't have on makeup at my event and then I don't have a makeup another event. You like, oh, you look nice today. I'll fucking snuff you. I like to snuff you.
I just don't understand. I still like everything y'all saying. I feel like you should be able to have this convo with your person. I don't understand.
You can have whatever convo you want.
Apparently not.
Yeah, they're gonna feel away about it. No, you can't feel away. Yeah, that's part of it. Even what I said just now, I said that to my partner, and I feel like that's the best thing you can say. And there were still issues because you're making your partner feel like nobody want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but gotta be honest.
But I have to tell you the unfiltered truth.
Why do I need to filter this? Why?
No, you don't.
Because if you don't, it can sound rude. It can sound rude.
So you think that the question I asked was rude, Trump?
No, I'm just saying it can, like asking somebody, how come you don't have makeup on? That can sound rude. I don't know the tone or the way in which you said it, but I feel like you need like a lead up statement first to soften it.
You look nice.
I mean,
you look really nice.
No, something along the lines
of kiss on the lips, a hug,
something along the lines of, "Hey, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with your face, but I would." It would be something.
Don't say that. Do not say that.
Okay. Don't say that.
Don't ever say that. Nigga said, but.
Something like, oh my God, babe, you look so beautiful today. Is there a reason why you decided not to wear lashes? Something.
Nah, that's exactly what I said. That's literally exactly what I said. Like, you think about what you just said. I said you look really nice today.
I didn't finish my statement. I didn't start off.
It's not like I'm trying to say something wrong with your face, but nobody wants to hear the rest of that, bro.
What I was trying to get at was like after the butt was, hey.
Hey.
You cannot say but hey, like.
So I want to get to the issue. The issue is not how good you look. The issue is the effort. And I want to make that the conversation. Like, I want you to put the same effort that you put with your girls that you do with me. I don't know exactly how to say that, but that's what I'm trying to get at. I wouldn't be like, hey, how come you don't got makeup on? I would try to explain in a quick, brief way, like, yo, I just want to
GPT how to say it.
What's that?
Ask ChatGPT. What's a nice way to say to tell your girlfriend to put more effort into the way that they dress and see what ChatGPT say. I don't have my regular laptop on me, so I can't do it. Somebody ask ChatGPT what they said.
Let me see what they're talking about. You know I got it. I use that shit every day.
I use that shit every day too.
Dina says, I didn't hear the whole story, but I think you should know your person enough to know if they mean harm or not. Getting upset is an egotistical and emotional response.
This is yo. I feel like everything Dina say it got like a MAGA at the end. It's like a MAGA undertone.
That's right. Yo, what? What are we doing? Like,
listen, I just so what Dina said.
Oh well, yo, ChatGPT is popping.
Exactly.
What did ChatGPT say?
I said, how do I ask my girlfriend why she didn't wear makeup? ? ChatGPT said, approach this topic with sensitivity and consideration for her feelings. Here's a simple way you might ask. Hey, I noticed you didn't wear makeup today, and you look great just as you are. I was just curious, is there a specific reason you decided to go all natural today?
Boom, 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 boom.
That's what I said.
That's
what I said.
That's what you said.
I said you look great.
You asked her what you told her, oh, you have on makeup today. And she told you she didn't have on makeup. And then, you know what I mean? Listen.
No. I said, hey, you look amazing. Compliment.
But why do you don't have on makeup?
No, keep going.
I said you I said you look amazing. You wore makeup today. I complimented you. She talking about.
I don't, hold on. She says no, I didn't. You say.
I said, oh, it must be the shirt. It's illuminating.
I bet you it was nighttime, and I bet you it was dark in there. Nigga said
No,
your shirt
we
was
was on backstage. When she walked in, the first thing I did was compliment her and tell her how nice she looked. Then I said the thing, oh, you wore makeup today. She was like, no, I don't have on makeup. And I was like, oh, it must be the shirt. It's illuminating your skin. You look great. She came
nigga
late.
said the shirt makes you look better than yesterday.
Say it again.
He said the shirt made you look better today than yesterday. That's what he said.
Once a nigga say illuminating, it's over.
Sometimes when you go certain places, there's already a precedent.
Precedent?
Precedent.
Precedent. But it's different when you completely drop off. It's crazy. That's what Trump said. Sexy Trini, yo, this Avi of yours is gonna kill us on YouTube, baby. Maybe you notice it and bring it up later instead of saying it when you first saw her. Because Dan, that's how you greet me. I greeted her with "You look great today."
However,
that sounds like the Trump. But hey.
You can't put no powder on, a foundation, nothing. A mascara.
All right, fine. I ain't gonna lie. I did not mean no disrespect.
We know you didn't.
I thought she looked amazing. I did question it because when she goes out elsewhere, she puts it up, she puts it on. And this is another thing. Why is it that y'all know y'all look a certain way when you have on makeup versus natural? But when I say it, it's, oh, I need that to look good. Why is that the connotation? Why can't I, when you do it, you look great when you do it? Why can't I? Does it mean that you don't look great when you don't? Is that what you're getting from that? Because that's not what I'm saying. I don't even understand why y'all need to do that to the men. Because it's always us doing it to y'all. It's, oh, you're doing that. But yo, I'm just communicating what I see and what you know. You know this. Because if not, you would not put it on. You know that you do this.
Get them, Nay.
So why is it when I say it, it's an attack on your character or on your face? Like, I'm not on your beauty.
Because the ick is the ick, and it don't have to have a logical explanation. When
so it's illogical. Say it. Say that. It's illogical. No, but because that's the issue. It's illogical. The fact that me saying this is now an attack on your presentation, on the way I think of you, your beauty. I'm not doing that. I'm not. So why can't I have a straightforward conversation? And again, I would never say that like in the comments, right?
Right.
Under some chick's pick. Like, oh, she would look better with makeup on right now. I wouldn't say that.
Some people say it though.
And those is dickheads. I'm talking to my friend, person who knows every little thing about me. Everything. Why can't I say, why didn't you? Because I know when you do, you know what happens when you do.
According to ChatGPT, this is a sensitive topic, Tahoe. You got to use the right words.
Now we're using AI.
So is there anything that you're sensitive about, Tahoe?
I'm pretty sure she would know better than I do. And that's the thing.
You know, not so much now, but when I was younger, I was always sensitive about being skinny. So I wouldn't want my woman to be like, yo, you mad skinny. I'd rather her use a different word, like you slim, or be like, yeah, that shirt isn't flattering for your
body type.
Yeah, you know, your body, you know what I mean? Use a different word and be like, nah, you too skinny for that. Like, you know, it's just different ways to say the
way you said it. I didn't say that.
I know you didn't. I'm just saying
the wording said mad skinny, you're too this. That's like me saying, hey, your face is too bland. Yo, you're mad dry right now. I understand those. I didn't say none of that.
I'm just saying if you're sensitive about something, you might take it away even if you didn't use the wrong words. But if you didn't use the right words.
Let's go back to it. Let's go back to the original topic before we change it, because we just bouncing this shit around. It's the same ass conversation. It's just not really going nowhere. The original combo was when she said, "You're not supposed to ask that at all. You're not supposed to say that at all. You don't say that to a woman at all. It's rude."
But then you also said that she's not, which is crazy.
How was that rude? I didn't come at you sideways.
I didn't say it was rude. Who are you talking to?
That was the question she told me when I asked her.
So, Tanae, you in the chat, is there a better way he could have mentioned it, or he just can't say nothing at all about it? Like, because I'm curious.
Listen,
I understand Tahoe's plight.
If you can't,
I can't say it at all.
I can't say it at all. That's the question here.
Yeah, no. And we
write
know
her a note and put it under her pillow.
Yeah, like it's not a man woman thing. It's like, yeah.
Imagine you got a note under your pillow. Hey, next time wear makeup.
She said the way that you said it was rude. I know it wasn't. It was the tone. I know you, because you have this thing about you, like when you say things that are awkward, like you like inflate your voice and you have like this high pitched tone, and that's the shit that will make me get tight. Like, oh, you put up makeup today, like you do that.
This is called playing to the crowd. This is called playing to the crowd because,
like, oh my god, you look so beautiful, but.
This is called playing to the crowd.
To put makeup on today, like
just get out of it. Just get out of there, cuz. Just get out of there.
Nah, this is what she's doing. She's using y'all against me. This is what she's doing.
Just get out of there.
This is.
Yes. I know my friend. Oh, babe. Is there any particular reason why you didn't want to, put on a little makeup today? You knew you were going to be around me.
That's so. Look, Tahoe has a tone. It's true. She played to the crowd. She played to the crowd. You notice certain shit I can't win. He just tried to bomb me. I did not do that, bro. I did not do that.
I know today.
I was very fucking nice when I asked.
Yeah, but your nice is condescending sometimes. So why didn't when you go out with your friends, you just
I kept saying, I'm just asking you a question. I don't want no beef. I don't think you don't look nice. I think you look nice. I didn't say nothing crazy. And then goes Dina again. And Dina, you smacking this at the park. I might vote for Trump next time. She's making the most sense here. Yeah, look, but we know this about Tahoe, so that's why I wouldn't have been offended. I'm like, babe, it's me.
Put the other one up. Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. And that's what I was expecting. She said I would have told him to shut the F up, though. And that's what I was expecting. A regular answer, like, nigga, I ain't have time for that. Like, I was on the train, she was bouncing, I was trying to get to the thing. That's it. Not, oh, this is rude. Like, I trying to be rude. You can say shut the hell up and keep it pushing.
I was just gonna say, like, why didn't you put the makeup on when you was on the train? I know you just worked 8 hours.
I didn't even go that hard.
When you on the train.
I didn't go that hard. I'm fine. You look great. It is what it is. Just ask questions. I don't want no beef. I gotta sleep. I don't want no trouble.
Yo.
Intention doesn't change the same on delivery, even when we have the best of intentions. Honestly, I think the way Dodge and Chat GPT presented it is how you should go. Okay. Dodge, I don't know how much you're going to be invested in this convo, but it is something that's happening right now. And I am a OVO Tahoe. So yesterday did send me this clip about Drake suing his label Universal for allegedly using payola concerting, I think that's the wrong word, but something with Spotify, paying off Spotify to push Not Like Us, using bots to push Not Like Us, and Drake is on Universal. They also fired people at Spotify, apparently, that were loyal to Drake, so that they wouldn't know what's going on. Apparently, I don't really know why the people was fired. I have no idea, but the lawsuit alleges that there was like a whole thing to defame Drake, and Universal, his own label, had a large hand in that. The black community is saying, Drake, you a bitch. Take the loss and move on. People are saying this is bullshit. He just doesn't take an L well. What do y'all think?
I think that Drake is probably right that they did use bots and they inflated the streams and all that. But they do that for a lot of songs. They do that for most songs that are on the charts to keep them on the charts or to get them to a certain level of streams. When you have a song that's as big as Not Like Us, numbers matter. They're going to inflate the numbers. They do that with all hit records. So why would Drake think that they're not going to do it with this hit? It's a hit song. It's like Universal is worried about the business side, the numbers side. So they're going to try to get the most spins on the radio and the most streams, even if they got to use bots and inflate it. So it just happens to be a song that's going against you. And
calling him a pedophile.
But
it's
not
like, going against him. It's calling him a pedophile.
Right.
But they do that for every other hit record. So I understand Drake feeling the ways, but it's like yesterday, you probably know more about this than me, but
it's like it's not even just about it being like a rap battle loss. Like niggas lose rap battles all the time. Like Drake lost a lot behind this L. Like this is about business at the end of the day. Like nobody is even checking for Drake shit after one beef. Like I heard he dropped like mad new records that I've never heard on the radio yet. Like this is so weird. Like you're really fucking with my money now off of, and then you're inflating these allegations about me. Like I don't understand why he wouldn't have taken legal action. Does it make him look like a bitch? Absolutely. But
gotta get my money somehow. I can't make no records. So I get it from y'all.
I think
you're not from the hood. You're not about to just sit down and take this L and let you say anything about him and let him lose his bread. That don't even make sense.
Yeah, I think personally I would say this. I would say if Drake has lost in the tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars behind, like if he goes in somewhere and somebody says they cannot work with him because of pedophilia allegations, then I feel like he has the right to sue UMG and Spotify, because you're right, Tron, they do boost numbers and they do that for hit records and shit. Mm-hmm. But we never had a song that was like calling somebody a pedophile. You get what I'm saying? So, and you gotta remember, and most times in rap beefs, people say salacious stuff and it's just rap beef. It just stays at a certain level, right? But when you're having all the corporations support this, it kind of legitimizes whatever's being said, whether it's true or not. You get what I'm saying? So even though we know that that's not true, somebody could look and say, yo, Drake, I don't want to, or whatever we had in play is no longer in play because that is just too much of a sticky situation. And yeah, I feel like, of course, the culture, the hip hop culture and the black community is going to be like, yo, you're a bitch. Just take the loss and move on. But somebody putting pedophilia on your jacket, and you're just like, yo, take the rap laws, take the money laws, shut up, don't say nothing, don't respond, don't react, just go away and be casted a pedophile. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, like,
that's true.
That's, you know what I'm saying? Because we always say, like, yo, that's not something you say about somebody if it's not true. You know what I'm saying? Certain stuff we just, especially now.
Cancel culture, yeah.
So I feel like to throw that out there and to have people champion it, and then when it's like, well, is he actually a pedophile? Nah, we just like the song. It's like, all right, bro. Like,
but is this sore loser behavior? Is the question. Is this really about money, or is this that he's still heavily in his feelings and cannot get over it, especially with the fact that the dude just dropped the album 2 days ago?
And can I add something? Hold on.
Battle L that he's taken in his career, though, right?
No, but hold on. I just want to add something. I just want to add something really quick.
Pusha killed that, but he was able to bounce back.
She can't let you go real quick.
Even with this battle, like, and this is what part of the lawsuit is about as far as like a perception. Kendrick had the biggest shares this year, correct? Would everybody agree?
Easily. Song of the year for sure. Easily.
Drake was the most streamed artist every month this year. You wouldn't know that, or you wouldn't. It don't feel like that, or it doesn't seem like that. Dodge said earlier, it seemed like all Drake shit fell off. He's been the most streamed nigga by miles every month through the beef, post beef, right now. Now, obviously, Kendrick dropping now. He probably have the December month, but those two things don't add up. What we seen this summer and those metrics being real, that don't really line up. You know what I'm saying? It said that he's dead, but if the metrics, if every month it's like, yep, he's at the top again, something's not adding up here. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the marketing.
What's your point? Are you saying that he doesn't have a right to sue? Is that what you're saying?
I think if he's losing tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars behind pedophilia allegations because of that song, I believe he has the right to sue. If that's not happening, then I feel like if he's just on some sore loser, like, yo, I'm just trying to just
if he's the whatever. I'm trying to get your opinion because I know you were over your hoe, but I'm trying to get your opinion is because you're saying, hey, he's still the most streamed, but on the other hand, you're saying, hey, this did affect him financially.
I'm saying if it did, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not in his business dealings, so I don't know.
If you're saying that he's the most streamed, then you could be saying in that statement that this didn't hurt him financially.
Didn't hurt him, right?
But just because you're most streamed doesn't mean that you're booking shit. It doesn't mean that you're still securing brand deals. It doesn't mean that you're not missing out on money. You're just still getting streams. Like, I'm still always going to listen to Drake music. I listen to Drake music damn near every day of my life. That has never stopped. I haven't listened to anything new. I don't know what's happening on the new end, but I'm still listening to Drake music. I'm sorry. I still, like, me and my group chat had a conversation about this. There's something about Kendrick, like, I can't.
I can't do that every day. Me personally, I can't do it every day.
I can't put my finger on it and be like, yeah, I want to hear this shit. Like, somebody said I had East Coast ears, and I was like, maybe I do, but I like Nipsey. Like, and he like one of the most West Coast niggas ever. So then, like,
I like Kendrick's music.
East Coast, West Coast, or is it that Kendrick is just like not that nigga for me? I don't know. And
it's fine, and that's okay because I like Kendrick's music. I can't do Kendrick every day. I try to listen to this album. I've just been too busy. I will try to give it a spin. I listened to it at the crib while I was cleaning up the other day. It always takes me time from listening to an album I gotta listen to it over and over and over again before I start locking in on certain shit. Some people can listen to it one time and be like, oh, this is my song, that's my song, whatever. Even with Drake albums, I need to give it, and I'm a Drake head. I still got to give it a couple plays before I can lock in on what I like or don't like.
Agreed.
That being said, when we get back to this lawsuit, people are like, oh, well, Drake, you benefit off payola as well. Yeah, but nobody's suing me. Y'all doing this to me. and I'm suing because of it. I don't care if I'm getting this shit. If I do it too. If you bringing that up, if Universal brings that up in court, that just means you're more guilty. You are using payola. Right. Y'all should have not did that with me. If me and this other nigga is both on your label, don't do that against me.
And I do think this is a Drake UMG beef. And I think remember how he sucked about the red button shit before? Remember that red button? We all thought the red button was for Kendrick. The red button, I think, is now for UMG. Because they've been beefing going back and forth this whole year. So I think him attempting to sue them is officially going to be that war between him and UMG, and him basically saying, okay, y'all picked his side. And again, too, remember, this is not just like, yo, y'all put extra marketing dollars behind his hit song. Like, this nigga's calling me a pedophile. It's about to be at the Super Bowl.
And call me a pedophile in front of hundreds of millions of people.
And then again, even people that are just like in the middle of the pack that don't know anything, it's like, well, if they're calling him a pedophile on all of this branded stuff, it has to be something there, right? I think somebody's not stupid for thinking that if they're just, they're not in the know.
So real quick, when I was teaching last week, I was, just going over some mixes, and I put on a Drake song. And one of my students, this is a sixth grader, right? Sixth grade. It was like, oh, I thought we're not supposed to be playing Drake. He's a pedophile. So to somebody that doesn't really know, they could put him in the list with R. Kelly and Diddy as the artists that we don't stream anymore. So I could see how it could affect. Now, this is somebody in sixth grade, so they may not know, but there's a lot of people that's just like, oh yeah, he's a pedophile, write him off. He's right on the list, right under Diddy and R. Kelly now. So I could see how that could be an issue.
And that's the part to me that's the craziest part. And it's like how niggas try to protect Puff and R. Kelly and all these other creepy niggas. The one nigga that we just don't have no creepiness on so far as like that level of stuff, criminal activity, like. And I feel like if there was any criminal activity, I feel like it would have been out by now.
Right.
I feel like it's been too hot on the block for anybody to keep those things under wrap. You know what I'm saying? You're incentivized at this point to come out with that. So I feel like the fact that we haven't seen it is kind of like tough.
All right. Good convo. I still just want the man to make another damn album. Give me another Bahamas Promises.
Drake and Party coming.
Yeah, but just drop that. All this. I see him on the internet the other day. I wanted to show this one comment. I didn't want to cover it yesterday while it was said. Gabby says in the chat, honest, if it wasn't about money, why not just sue Kendrick for defamation if it's strictly about him being upset about people not working with him due to allegations? Because Universal didn't make the allegations.
No, Universal didn't make allegations, but Universal powered it basically. You get what I'm saying? Because again, he won the song, he won the beef off of the song, but everything after the song, and if what his lawsuit is saying is true about them suppressing his plays, that goes all into the narrative, that goes into the perception of the battle. Like you said, the lawsuit that could come. You got kids that think you're pedophiles. That's a tough pill to come back.
Here's my question though, yes, and Trom and Dodge. Why would Universal need to do that? I was fucking crip walking on my carpet the same day Not Like Us came out. The song was a hit from the minute I heard it. It's infectious, period. So it was at the end of probably one of the biggest battles I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This battle trumps the Jay Nas battle.
Right.
Just because of how it happened so fast because first of all, social media. Social media
definitely changes the dynamic.
But Kendrick dropped 4 songs in a week. The effect of it was a week. It was from Tuesday to Saturday. All them songs dropped from Tuesday to Saturday. That was 1 week. Kendrick dropped all of that 1 week. The effect of Family Matters, and then him dropping Meet the Grams on top of it. That was crazy. It just kept getting bigger. So why, when Not Like Us dropped, it's at the height of one of the biggest battles of all time. Why would Universal need to put all of these bots? Why would Universal need to pay off radio? Why would Universal need to pay off Spotify? Why?
So you're saying why would they put gasoline on the fire?
It's already burning.
Because they always do. Payola has been around for a very long time. I'm very familiar with Payola when it comes to radio. Now that it's streaming, I don't really know how that works. But Payola has been around, and it's just a part of the system. For every song that they have, no matter how hot it is on its own, they want it to be hotter. They want to put gasoline on it. And they have a budget earmarked for that, for Payola. So it's going to happen. It's just it's just in the paperwork already to add fuel to the flame. It is what it is.
There was a certain video that came out this week on the internet. I'd like you guys to take a look at it and let me know what you think. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's go. The first couple seconds is the most important. The rest of it is just stuff that we still need to watch just to get an idea about what I want to talk about. Let's go.
Excuse me. I've had a bad day. Can I have a hug?
Hell nah.
Oh, have a good day. Excuse me,
See this
ma'am.
video.
I've had a bad day. Can I have a hug? Oh, thank you. You too?
Now what we're watching
Oh,
is
thank you.
dude
You guys have a
walk
great
through the
day. Excuse
mall.
me, y'all. I've had a
He
bad
asked
day.
a
Can I have a
black
group
dude,
hug?
can he get a hug? He said, hell no.
Thank you, guys.
Never.
Thank you.
blessed
You guys have a
day.
great day. You
Thank
too have a
you.
blessed day. Excuse me, bro. I've
Can
had
I
a
get a
bad day.
hug?
Can I have a hug? Have a good day.
Black woman,
Excuse
she
me,
gave him
ma'am.
a hug.
I've
He
had a
walked
bad
up
day.
to
Can
a
I have a
black
hug?
girl. They gave him a hug.
Thank you so much.
He walked up
Thank
to
you.
another black guy. Can I
How
get a
much?
hug? And the dude,
Excuse me,
was
sir.
looking, God,
Excuse me. I've had a bad day. Can I have a hug?
walks up to a white guy.
Thank you, man.
He gets
Thank
a
you.
hug.
You have a great day. Excuse me, bro. I've had a bad day. Can I have a hug?
Another white guy.
Come on, bro.
Gets the hug. He's this big dude.
Love you too, bro. You have a great day. Excuse me, man. I've had a bad day. Can I have a hug?
Walks up to a black woman.
Oh, thank
He
you
gives
so
him a
much.
hug.
You have a great day. Excuse me, sir.
Walks
I've had
up
a bad
to
day. Can I have a
happy
hug?
white man. Look like a police.
Come on, man.
Gets the hug.
Man, thank you. You have a great day.
Now the internet, I think somebody said on the internet, black men have the most insecurities or their masculinity is so fragile. I think that's the comment that was made. Black men and their fragile masculinity. And people kept going back and forth about it. Somebody, actually Paris, wound up saying, first of all, what do y'all think about this before I say what Paris said? What do y'all think about this?
So I'm gonna start off by saying I don't think that this has much to do with masculinity as much as it has to do with black men have I don't know you like that complex more than masculinity. I remember the first time I went down south when I was a kid and somebody said hello to me. And I was like, who are you talking to? You know what I mean? Like, we're not used to like greeting people. Like, we think that people might be up to no good. Like, because black men, we are just, and also, and I hate to say it, but the black men that he approached look like they in the streets a little bit, right? So they might be a little bit more.
Wow.
How is that a wow?
Wow.
I'm just looking at how they
tell
dress.
from the way a nigga dresses whether he's in the street or not.
I said he looked like it. I can't
Not
tell.
you racially profiling your own kind. You half MAGA ass nigga.
Yo, I can't tell. I'm looking at him, and yes,
profiling. That's exactly the meaning of profile.
Yes, Tom. Yes. The profile. Yes.
I might look like that too some days. And when I look like that, don't approach me, ask me for a hug in the street. I'm sorry. Like, it's not the type of shit I'm on, and it's not because of homophobia. That's my point. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't think it has nothing to do with homophobia for the most part.
Said fragile masculine egos. I don't think that homophobia was a thing, but I get where you're going with that. So let me not even.
I mean, he did, but he did.
One of them did
video.
Yeah.
Doing it did say like, "Yo, what type of gay shit you on?"
Yesterday. What do you think about this?
I think I'm all for profiling the YNs. You can say what we want. We could try to be nice about it. No, like the YNs. No, I'm approach them with caution. They're not all there. And I'm sorry to have to say it. I'm sorry to be the guy to have to say it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, listen, I love my people like more than anybody. But we gotta just keep it a buck. And I feel like I seen that video like last week. And I was like, yo, this is so dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is such a like positive, like, you know, I disregarded this in the beginning, but I'm like, yo, this is a positive thing. You know what I'm saying? We don't really get too much positive shit on the internet. So I feel like that was good to see that just regular people are down for that, with the exception of the YNs. But I feel like the YNs is the YNs. I feel like come with the territory. And to Charles' point, you're right. I feel like, you know, it's a lot there with the culture. So I feel like, you know, it's a little bit more apprehensive. So I just agree with that.
I'm the slow kid in class. What's YNs? I never heard of that shit.
Are you dead?
Oh, young niggas.
Never heard that shit before.
The young niggas.
Dodge, what do you think?
I think that this video is propaganda. I think that it also has something to do with the type of black people that he approached, or black men that he approached. I think that if it was older black men, if there was more astute black men, that there would have been a different response. Mm-hmm. So I think that there is propaganda that goes into play, but I also think that our black boys are not used to, a lot of our black boys are not used to showing love and affection. And it is something that even niggas that's not YNs, that's even YN adjacent, that they still have that same response. Like, oh, nigga, don't hug me. That shit is gay. Like, don't show me too much love. That shit is gay. Like they're not used to that. So in that situation, I could understand them looking somebody up and down like they crazy. But I feel like if it was a younger black boys, it might have been different. But when you have like that teenage, early 20 demographic that's walking around with shiesties and black hoodies and looking crazy, hair looking crazy, looking like they ain't showered in a week, yeah, that's the response that I would assume that you would get.
Only pushback that I have at this point right now, because I have a little more pushback, but I'm gonna stall it. I don't see very many men being able to hug another black men being able to hug another black man if it's not a greeting. If I say like, yo, I really need a hug, nigga, you need a hug? Nigga's gonna give you pushback on that. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, this is not just YN shit. We need to really get past that. We really need to get past that. And the reason why is because the bigger conversation here. If y'all trying to make it about the fact that they're YNs when this is really a black man thing.
I think that it's a black male thing to an extent, a black male that has not grown emotionally. And that's not all black men. Because I don't know if he ran into you, Tahoe, and in the mall and was like, yo, I need a hug right now. I had a bad day, that you would not give that nigga a hug. I don't know that. I can see you doing it than not doing it.
I'm also like, I got dildos in my crib, bro. Like, I'm not the dude to have this kind of conversation with, because I have evolved so far. It's so uncomfortable for people.
Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. The evolution, the emotional and the social evolution of a man, that it's a discrepancy. Even going back to Trom's point when he talked about going down south, the most times I ever saw niggas hug other niggas was down south. Like, niggas, they Southern black people are just very hospitable. They're very like huggy. Hey, baby, how you doing? Da-da-da. Like, even up north, like, you'll get a dap that maybe come into like a little chest bump, but down south was the first time I saw niggas like give niggas like a hug, like put an arm around a nigga and pat him on the back. I never saw that up north. So I think it's about the demographic of the person. And if somebody is emotionally intelligent enough to be able to have a young man say like, yo, I had a bad day, I need a hug, and really walk past that nigga. If it was an older black man, or even a black man in his 30s that
I think okay. I think that you got to make sure that you point towards the black men in their 30s, 40s, because the older black men, 50, 60, they not doing that. Generally, they gonna be like, what? Like they from that era where that's just, they don't play like that.
Personally, I don't think it was an issue that they didn't want to hug them. Like, you couldn't ask anybody for a hug and they could just decide to not hug some random person. Yeah. I don't think that's the crazy part. The crazy part is them equating the hug with being gay. That's the problem.
I was having a conversation on Hard and Soft the other day, and dudes was like, yo, when you're young, everything gay. If you can't come out your house after 9 o'clock, you be like, oh, that's gay. Like, it's just the way that they're using it. They use that word. But Paris actually has something else to say, because women were speaking so much about black men. And, you know, I contested this, but her statement was, black men not wanting to be hugged by a random white male stranger should not be getting criticized by the demographic that, one, doesn't want to smile for strangers. Damn, Paris, doesn't want to smile for strangers. 2, fear their safety from men. 3, blames everything on white men they aren't attracted to. Their body, their choice. That's what Paris had to say. What do you guys think about that? Oh, and then she further on said, I don't get everything being so trivial, not wanting a random person to walk up and just hug me, especially not a random white man. Are you dumb? That would send immediate terror and skepticism into me because why do you want to do that? What's your problem, dude?
I agree. And that's my kind of what I was trying to say. I didn't frame it right, but I would be apprehensive, and it's not because of a lack of emotional intelligence, it's because of trust. I don't trust this dude. There's always people doing pranks. I don't know if he's trying to put a kick me sign on my back. I don't know what the fuck is on his hands. I don't know this nigga. I don't know this white man, I should say. You know what I mean? Like, so I would naturally be apprehensive for him. I wouldn't be afraid to hug any person that really needed a hug. I would just question whether it was really genuine or whether it was a prank or what it was about. And to that young lady's point in the tweet, like, since when black men is just trusting white men like that? Like, hasn't boded well for us.
I just want to say, Josh,
hug them. If somebody came through the street, like just, and we're talking about a white man, but that is like a white teen. Like that is a little ass boy. If a little ass white boy said, I'm having a bad day, I need a hug, you gonna walk past that motherfucker?
The little white boys be the ones doing the most pranks. And you see it online all the time. These niggas be up to no good. I don't trust.
I just don't innately think
skateboardy. He looked very skateboardy, and he didn't even look white to me. He looked more like
maybe spin. I don't know, but I don't innately.
The camera following him. I'm gonna be like, I'm good, fam.
I don't innately think the worst in people. I feel like I would be one of those people that would fall into a prank, and if I feel like you played me, I'll punch you in the face on camera. But I'm not gonna innately just feel like, oh my God, you're trying to set me up for failure. Like, I don't know. I don't think like that. And especially when it comes to young people, especially when it comes to young people and their emotionals and their emotions, because they have so many of them. And maybe I'm just a sucker for kids. And when I say kids, like anybody under 25 is a kid to me. You're a baby. Like, come here. Maybe it's the mother in me. Maybe it's the black woman in me. Maybe it's the nurturer in me. But I just,
you guys are touching on something that is kind of where I was going. And Trom, everything that you said, I understand. But I think that that's also part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Black men are not as free emotionally as the rest of the world. Yeah, we just are not. We are on alert.
Agree.
At all times. We're alert around each other. We're alert around black women. We're alert around white people. We're alert when we're walking the street and nobody's around. Right. we're just always on full alert. Right. And that's a problem because that hurts our ability to be able to experience life in its fullness. So the fact of what you said, although I understand it, we are not able to be as, and Dodge even said it in her answer. She was like, maybe the black woman in me and me being able to nurture and see the humanity in other people, like she would be able to let her guard down where we would not be able to do that. Or we would question it. Am I in danger in this experience? And that's even when you're dealing with a black woman. Respectfully, you're gonna keep up your guard because you don't want her to judge you. You don't want her to judge your masculinity. You don't want her to violate you in some way and make you feel less than because you've done so much work in trying to become quote unquote that nigga, even if it's just to yourself. We are not able to experience life freely, which is what I think is a bigger issue here than it just being young niggas.
I agree.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, you would have given him a hug yesterday.
To be honest with you, it just really depends on where I was at that day. On one day, I might have gave him a hug. On another day, no. It really depends on the day. Depends on the setting. Like you said, from the trust factor. I don't trust niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust you. I don't know what you got going on, and I don't care enough to try to figure it out. But on another day, I might have felt differently, and I might have felt like, you know what? Quick hug and keep it moving. So I don't really know. Like, it just depends on the day. For me.
I feel you, because
I think it also depends on if you feel like intimidated or threatened by, like, some people just don't seem threatening. Like, there's a lot of people that I feel like I could really beat the fuck up, like, just in my head, like, not just out loud, because I'm not like a brash person, like, I'll beat everybody's ass. But there's some people like, I can give you I'll kick your ass. You ain't finna do nothing. Give me a hug. Go on about your business. Like
that type of vibe where it's like there's no danger to me if I partake in it. So
yeah,
I'm just used to, being from New York and riding the subway. You just used to, like, I'm not a germaphobe, but I ain't just hugging everybody. You know what I mean?
But you
and it's kind of like, so I'm very compassionate. I'm a compassionate person. So I don't like to ignore people. Even if a homeless person comes up to me, I'm not going to ignore them, but I might still have some physical boundaries. Like, instead of a hug, I would stop and talk to him and be like, yo, talk to me. What's going on? What happened with your day? Offer a fist pump. You know what I mean? But I might, you know what I mean? I would be apprehensive about the hug, but I would still want to give him my ear.
My thing is this, right? And I appreciate that response, Trom. You got to check out the situation first. You have to assess the situation first,
right,
before you can really be like, fully trusting in this situation. My thing is, how do you think that apprehension affects you in other parts of your life as a Black man? And I think that this is specific to Black men. I'd like to hear that from everybody in the room, because that's the problem here for me. The fact that we do have to be so apprehensive. How does that show up in your other experiences in life? What do you think?
No, I think you're spot on with that. Black men are not free. When I was younger, especially like around when we met, Tahoe, when we met, I was probably 13, 14 years old. I was a silly ass nigga. Like, I loved just joking and laughing all the time. I loved slapstick, physical humor, like almost like a Kramer from Seinfeld. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to be a nigga like that. But you growing up as a Black kid in Bed-Stuy, you get to a certain point, a certain age where you can't be that. You just can't. You just don't have the luxury where, white boys, they could go out and be Beavis and Butthead, and they could just, make shows like Jackass and stuff like that, and just be free and silly and stupid. Like, I can't picture a group of Black boys making a show like Jackass and just being silly and stupid. You know what I mean? So, Tahoe, you hit it right on the head. Like, we just don't have that freedom, and that is a damn shame. I don't know how to get to that space, but that's a really good point.
It's the same thing, to piggyback off what you're saying, Trump. It's the same thing like where they say a group of white boys is a fraternity and a group of Black boys is a gang. Same type of, I think it's the same type of thinking.
Yesterday, how do you think that shows up for you, though? Like, things that you kind of say, you know what? Yeah, that's not for me. Whereas you can see, like, just say in your regular life right now, where you feel like, you know what, I just don't have the freedom to do this. And I'm not even talking about being Jackass. I'm talking about in your life.
In my life, where I feel like I don't have the freedom to do certain stuff. Like,
that you say a white boy your age would just do it without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I think as far as certain relationship stuff, as far as being expressive, right? I feel like in any relationship, like friendships or relationships, I feel like, white men have the ability to express themselves in ways, right, that Black men, we don't, right? So just like I said before, fraternity versus gang, comedy versus destruction. You get what I'm saying? The white streamer kids, when they come and cause havoc, it's a grand thing. When Casa not do it, it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? So it's always that when we do the same exact thing, the way we're perceived is different, right? So for me, I think being expressive and being vulnerable, I think, is something for me that I think is harder for me to do than I would think it would be for somebody else at my age, because I think being 30, I'm about to be 32, so I feel like, you know how it is, like, there's no space, there's no place where we get to come and express ourselves or ask for a hug, or
you think that's healthy?
No, I don't think it's healthy. And I think
that's what I'm saying. When in the beginning of this conversation, we pointed this out to BYNs. But
no. I know. I pointed that out about those specific boys.
Yeah, but like I said, there's a bigger conversation here.
Yeah, for sure.
Minimize it and make it about it. Oh, those niggas from the streets, or those are just young niggas, or whatever. But the bigger conversation is that we can acknowledge, as Trom and me are almost 50. Shut up, Trom. We're still experiencing that at our age. It still dictates how we relate to people and how we relate to life at our age. And it's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So if that is the case, how do we free ourselves from that? Do y'all want to live a life in this cage?
I think you have to lead by example. I think
I do.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
I think you gotta lead. I think you lead by. I think all of us as individuals have to lead by example. It's it's hard to preach something and try to have people follow something that's being preached. I think start with you first, and then you let it trickle down. So I feel like doing those things, being expressive and showing people on and off camera, you know what I'm saying, or in and out of events that like, yo, it's okay to express yourself this way. And whatever people are gonna say, that's okay too, but it's okay to be good with yourself.
Yo, see, this is the kid that said pause. It's the kid that said pause.
But no, that's part of it too. Like some of that the antics and stuff that they do, they're not cast like the homophobic stuff is not as harsh as it is in that community because it can be chucked up to comedy. It could be chucked up to them being young or dumb or whatever. When you're black, that's like a blacklist type of situation. So I just think, yeah, it's not healthy. So I think we as people, as black men, y'all are way older than me, but as older men collectively, we have to lead by example.
To be clear, what the young man says is, yeah, they get why they get to do all the gay shit and we can't, bro. It's even the categorizing of things as gay. That's part of the problem. I said something I like to do in my crib. You like, yeah, pause. My nigga, that's not, I'm doing things with myself or in my house with my lady, but you automatically think it's gay. And that is a problem. You might not see it that way, but it is connected to this. We always got to do things to make sure that we stay in a certain space of heterosexuality. That's part of that masculinity being fragile thing. Everything got to be like, yo, real niggas don't do that. Men don't do that when it comes to black men. White people do whatever the fuck they want to do. It ain't worried about being called gay or worried about being ostracized from their community because this ain't heterosexual shit. But then I know that a lot of black men is not ready for that conversation because like, oh, nigga, you just want to fuck with niggas. No, no. That's what that conversation winds up happening when you had that conversation with niggas because they've been taught, we've been socialized to have to behave a certain way. I'm not going to just be running up and hugging some random dude. It's in that same pocket. It's in that same thing. Y'all, we just have a hard time drawing those lines back to the fact that we are not free enough to live our lives without being fear of skepticism, that we are not going to match up or even up to where heterosexual men are supposed to be. But it's right there. Now, leading by example is one thing, but I do believe that is a choice that you're going to have to make for yourself because there are so many different sects, sects, of black men, of heterosexual black men that you can just compartmentalize a nigga. You can just push a nigga over. Oh, he one of them niggas. And you can stay safe in your cage because that's where your type of black man is supposed to be. Black man is supposed to be. Dodge, you've been quiet during this conversation. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think?
I'm learning how to shut the fuck up when men speak. I just feel like it just becomes like I'm growing. I'm in an evolutionary stage in my life. I don't want to misrepresent or misspeak on a black male experience because this is one of those situations where I can't necessarily relate. But I think that I do, and I've always had an attraction to black men that were free of stereotypes of what a black man is supposed to be. one that can still be strong, still be masculine, and still be authentically themselves, and they don't have to like be held to a standard of a certain level of masculinity. And I also think that there's an intentionality with me with how I'm trying to raise my kid, where I think that the concrete jungle took a lot of our best years away from us, and it took our youth from us very early. It took our joy, it took our fun, it took our playfulness. And I'm trying to make sure that my kids don't have to go through that same type of trauma. And they can be authentically themselves as long as they possibly can before they have to understand that they're Black in America and what that means. And I also feel like it shows up for Black women in different spaces too. It's just not like you guys, where you guys have to be hyper masculine. We have to be hyper docile. My bluntness and straightforwardness is always seen, and we've spoken about this so many times, as like aggression, especially as a Black woman in a position of quote unquote power, as someone that has, you know, a team of people that work under her. I have to be very cognizant of how I show up in spaces and dealing with white men and white fragility. Like, I get in trouble all the time at work just for asking questions. And it's because of my tone. It's always going to be my tone for me. I've learned this in my life. My tone is always going to be that deciding factor of, I'm just asking a question. This doesn't make any sense. If A plus B equals C, then what are we doing? And people don't like to be challenged. People don't like to be spoken to by a certain way. Like, I'm a dark-skinned Black girl from Brooklyn. I got to shut the fuck up sometimes. And it's unsettling. And I think that what brings me joy when I think about Blackness and like youth is when you watch like them little Black kids from like different places like Africa and Ghana, and they be laughing and they be dancing and they just be kind of like fucking doing their thing. And it's like, yo, y'all still have y'all youth. Like, y'all could just be. And you're not stuck under the thumb of like racism and prejudices because you're Black. Like, everybody there Black. Everybody that you know is Black. And some people don't have that. Some people have never had a Black teacher in their life. Some people probably never had a Black teacher until they became older, or they had a professor or something like that. And that's just not the experiences that we have. So, again, I don't want to speak for Black men per se, but I will say that I wish that we had that we were dealt a different hand. And I wish that we could have the joy that we so desperately need for as long as possible, because this country is hard enough to navigate.
I do. I do want to ask if yesterday had anything else. Hey, Park.
Hey, Parker.
Say good night.
Night.
Good night, Park.
Good night.
Yesterday, y'all have anything y'all want to say on this topic?
So real quick, and you tell me if it's too much of a tangent, but what do y'all think would happen if it was a Black teenager walking up to people?
Ooh, that's a different conversation.
You know, I know it's a different conversation. That's why I was like, I don't know if we're ready for that tangent, but
that's a different conversation.
Throw that out there.
Because just as y'all saw when y'all saw them, y'all profiled them immediately, and rightfully so, because we do know that 17 to 21-year-olds, them some dangerous dudes. You know what I'm saying? Them some dangerous dudes.
Early,
it depends on, you know, you're gonna look at them, you're gonna see how they look or whatever, and they're gonna be like, damn, I ain't got my knife on me. Like, you know, something go down. It's three of them, you know what I mean? But there is a certain profiling that goes into that. But I also believe that profile down the line still connects to this. Yeah, because those dudes feel like they gotta act that way, look that way to fit into a certain social construct that fits young niggas. For them to be safe in their environment, they gotta come off a certain way. And it could be just something that they're using to protect themselves from their environment. But the more you practice something, the more you become it, the better you become it. You start to believe in it. You start to invest into it. And then it's very hard to find your way out because you train yourself to be this, even if that's not who you really are. Remember, Trump, you just said when I was a young, silly dude, this is who I would really love to be. But I've had to become more stoic. I've had to become more rigid in the way that I behave just to feel safe out here. Right? My thing is that once you get away from being a young nigga, once you don't have that same environment no more, what are you going to do to graduate from that and back into the person that you really want to be? And to the people like, say, the young man in the comments, JJ, who still think everything is gay or whatever, I think moving according to what other niggas think is the gayest thing in the world. I think if you really moving, your every action has to fit according to what other niggas think, then you might be the pause in the conversation. You might need to check yourself on how much you care about what other niggas think. Because I think a real nigga is like a nigga that another man can't tell me nothing about the way I move. I get to this. I take care of mine. I deal with me. Why am I worried? Why are you worried about what them niggas think? That's the shit that's questionable when it comes to manhood.
Niggas be gay, bro.
Not in a sexual way. No,
I'm not talking about sexuality ever. Like,
go ahead, Charles.
I mean, my only challenge to that Tahoe is easier. I don't know if this is going to come across right, but I think it might be easier for somebody like you to be more secure in your sexuality because you were a street nigga. So you actually got some street credibility under your belt, and now you could be like, yo, fuck out of here. Like you could be more secure. But what if somebody that was always like maybe wasn't in the cool crowd or whatever, they might be a little bit more vulnerable to not appearing a certain way than you.
Why? Kanye beat 50. Kanye beat 50.
In record sales.
And homeboy in the comments, I wasn't trying to disrespect you. I was trying to get you to have some enlightenment. So if you thought I was trying to disrespect you, please accept that apology from me. I wasn't trying to disrespect you. I was trying to get you to look at things like, yo, why do I care about what other niggas think? Why do I care what people think about how I move and what I say and if I fit into this and this is going to be this or this is going to be that? That's what I was trying to do. I was not trying to disrespect you. I hope you understand that. But he said having the podcast is gay. All right, bro. My bad. I got two of them. So I'm super gay.
You're gay square, nigga.
I'm super gay. But what I will say is, it became less cool to be, when I said that Kanye beat 50, it became less cool to be street back then. That's when niggas started skateboarding, jegging. Niggas started wearing tight ass jeans and singing and dancing.
No. I think niggas got more comfortable with being able to be themselves.
So we can do that now.
But because y'all street niggas, y'all fucked it up. Y'all fucked the whole landscape up. Everybody wanted to wear bulletproof vests, big ass jeans. Everybody wanted to have a gun. And it's like, bro, being honest with you, most niggas, black niggas, niggas not on that. Like, just to be honest with you, like, most of us are just not on that. Some of us are somewhere in the middle. We like the street shit. Well, we're kind of cool off some of this shit. So for everybody to have to be one way or the other, I feel like that was never going to work. And like I said, all black niggas are not skinny jeans, nail painting. Like, it's not all of one thing, but I think it should be room for everybody to be accepted, not just the street niggas and not just the other people.
When niggas decided they wanted to be super duper street niggas is the exact point in which I started dating bitches exclusively for like 5 years. Y'all niggas lost me then. That's when you lost me. The bullet walking around with the G units and the bulletproof vest and the big ass jeans, you lost me then. I said, where the hoes at? Because this is
do-rag and fitteds.
Nasty niggas wearing a fucking Fruit of the Loom t-shirts everywhere that go down to your kneecaps. Y'all niggas got on a dress. I'd rather Where the bitches is at? No.
So you wasn't fucking with the Destiny's Child Soldier video? I want a soldier.
For the wrong reason.
But see, that's the thing too. All of this is tying in. Because not only I was talking about what other niggas think. What about what the women think?
The black women. The
black woman.
Yeah, Dodge.
I hate a certain type. Where's the real niggas at?
Where's the Big Meech's home?
I grew up with when I was young, we had real men. These niggas is out here singing, dancing, all in the video.
Yeah, Dodge.
The women.
One of my favorite niggas in my past was the most eclectic niggas. One of my favorite niggas in my past was a tall ass, skinny ass Crip nigga from the Bronx that had a red mohawk that would slap the shit out of somebody. Like I've seen him slap fire, like faces off a nigga, and I loved him to death. You couldn't tell me nothing.
It's a bad example, dog.
That's a horrible example.
You can't tell me nothing.
He's a Crip, dog.
So
that nigga with a red mohawk that was a fucking skater boy, and if you saw him, you would think that he was just a regular ass nigga, but he would literally like fucking.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Dodge?
Yeah.
Would you have dated him if he wasn't Crip and he was not tough?
I didn't know he was Crip when I first met him. I didn't ask you that. I asked you, would you think? Yes, I would have, because I was attracted to the fact that he was a free black man. I was attracted to the fact that you walked around and you demanded the room with a red mohawk and skater gear on. And I was like, who is this nigga? This nigga?
Okay, now, if he did that same exact thing and he was the person getting slapped around in the rooms because he was high, would you know what?
Come on, not too much. Like, what are we doing?
I'm just asking. Would you still be okay because he's free, but he's just not tough? You don't have the retaliation factor of it.
I can't take a man seriously that I think can't beat somebody up the same way I can. No.
So you do need a little sprinkle of the gangster in there.
No, it's not gangster. No, you don't have to be a gangster. You just can't be a bitch. There's a difference. You don't have to be a gangster. You just can't be a bitch.
There we go with the glasses. He's doing more for you.
Let me ask you a question yesterday. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you perceive yourself to be a gangster?
No, never. No, not at all.
But I don't like from the interactions I've had with you and the many times that I've seen you, I don't see bitch in you. So again, what's the difference? Like, I don't believe that if you was walking down the street or you had a girl and you and your girl was in a situation that you would just let anything happen. But I don't get gangster vibes from you either. So it's the same difference. It has nothing to do with being a gangster. You don't have to be in the street. You don't have to be ripping and running. Like, nah, that's not it. But you also can't be a bitch. And that's all it is. Because my uncles would never let me walk around the streets or walk down the streets with somebody that they felt that could not protect me. I'm sorry.
That is also the difference between white men and white women and black men and black women.
Exactly. Because the white
walking around with the doofiest white dude, white women walking around with the doofiest white dude, and they love him just for that. And they know he's not no fighter, but he's still gonna protect him in other ways. He's gonna protect her in other ways.
What do they say about black women?
Not his bag. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Because I'm not finished. I'm still not done, and you still gonna keep going. Because the point that you just proved is that, yes, you still got to come off a certain way. And black men know that. There is no, for us, there is no like, oh, I just got to be this tough.
That's not true.
Right? What isn't true? Yes, that is true. You just said that he can't be no bitch. He can't get popped in the face. He has to learn how to be tough.
Be a thing. It's not about coming off a certain type of way. You're talking about coming off like as if, like, I'm sorry, and I'm going to use you again yesterday as an example. You're not a scary person, but I also don't think that you a bitch. Therefore, there's nothing about you to me that's innately intimidating. I never walked in a room with you like, oh my God, yesterday is so scary. But I also don't see no bitch in you. So those are two, like, you don't have to come off as a gangster to not be a bitch. I don't come off as a gangster, but you know I'm not pussy.
I feel what you're saying, but I want you to understand, Dodge, that upon you explaining this young man, one of the first things you said was that he was a Crip. And I feel like that was
because he had a red mohawk, and I just thought that was so important to me. Like, to be a Crip nigga to walk around with a red mohawk, I just thought it was fucking amazing. I thought that was the most amazing thing in the world.
No, that's peace.
I think Tahoe was making a very good point. There's a lot of white men that will have a white woman on their arms that is a desirable white woman, but they will clearly, physically, you could look at them and tell by their presence that they could not defend her in any type of altercation. All they could do is call the police. But but you, Dodge, basically said that you wouldn't want a man that you can't walk in the streets and feel like if a physical altercation popped up, that man would be able to do something. Is that correct?
Who is the most unprotected person in America? Who is the most unprotected person in America?
Black woman.
This is Diddy Master.
If we know that the black woman is the most unprotected person in America, why would I ever want to walk the streets with somebody that cannot protect me? White women do not have the same problems, the same fears, the same processes. So they can go ahead and marry
to defend it without understanding.
Dodge, that's fair. There's a reason behind all of these dynamics we're talking about. There's a reason why black men are apprehensive and everything. We're just trying to get to the fact that to Tahoe's point, we're trying to establish the fact, yes, there is a difference. Like white men have a different luxury.
And the difference, I'm sorry to close your time. I'm sorry. Like you said, Dodge, you need somebody to protect you. The difference that we're talking about here is that the white woman, if her man gets knocked out, she's not gonna leave her man. If that was just a bad day, damn, that was unfortunate. You say if I see my man get knocked out, it's over. It's over. Lose my number, it's over. It's no more bond, and that's the problem. Yeah. That's what we're saying.
Understand the programming that goes into a black man's head growing up, knowing that he has to have this certain aura about him. He has to do this. That's already limiting his freedom as a human being because he has to become this soldier. He has to. Then realize that there's no like measuring cup for gangster. Like I don't have to just get a quart of it. This shit becomes of you. You become that. And there's certain things that you got to do to be tough. There's a certain thing that you got to not even be tough to, but to just, you know what I mean? Embody that in some way. That closes off your ability to do other things outside of that because that would not match that image. This is the problem that we have as black men. You think I'ma just be letting some motherfucker hug on me? Bringing this to 360. I can't do that. That doesn't fit the profile. Let's move on. Great convo, y'all. Thank y'all. All right. I want to do a trigger warning on this next convo. This is a question that came up on the internet, and I just kind of really wanted Dodge's perspective on it. It's regarding alcohol and how it relates to abuse that can happen, allegations of sexual assault that can happen, or when alcohol is involved. There is no cape here for me by posting this. I'm not like, yeah, y'all got to answer this. I would just like it's four of us in here. I'm going to be the one that has no real. I don't know where I stand this. I'm not going to devil's advocate this conversation. I have no horse in this race, but I would like to hear three intelligent perspectives on something like this that came up, because a lot of people, when I read this tweet, I went to the comments immediately because I was expecting to hear, people say the difference is this. But a lot of men and women, matter of fact, the men were in the comments like, this is one of those conversations that men can't have. We just can't. We cannot have this conversation. The women have to have this conversation. And a lot of women were in the comments like defending the tweet, which was somewhat confusing to me. So I will share it now. Again, trigger warning: if you have had any type of sexual abuse or history, of that, please, approach this topic cautiously. All right, let me see if I can read this shit. Why is it that only women are viewed as unable to consent to sex while under the influence of alcohol and or drugs? It's always completely disregarded when the man was also under the influence. Are men somehow magically less cognitively impaired, thus less liable to make poor decisions as women are while under the influence? I will go ahead and post another one. The second tweet that she says is, also, why do we cherry pick when drunk or high people are able to be accountable for the bad choices they make under voluntary influence? When a person drives drunk and kills someone, they are charged with some variation of manslaughter, which indicates that despite their state of being at the time, despite their state of being at the time, they are still culpable for the choices they made. Using substances is a choice. There's a final one, Dodge, before you get into it. She goes on further to say, we all know that alcohol and other recreational substances alter our cognitive function. We all also understand that there's a potential for not behaving in a way that we may otherwise not while sober. Still deciding to drink, use drugs, knowing there is this risk is a you problem. Choosing to, despite knowing the risks, comes with the caveat of accepting the consequences of the decisions you make and or the situations your impaired state influences you to find yourself in. If being unable to consent while under the influence is a concern for you, perhaps you shouldn't drink, use drugs, or do so responsibly in a contained private location around solely trusted people. Again, that's why what am I doing? I added that trigger warning to this because it's as if there's a cape for some sort of sexual assault, especially if they're both impaired. We're saying that we cannot consent, but while impaired, but then a man can make a conscious decision to violate consent while impaired is what's kind of on the table here. I wanted to know what y'all think about this.
Very touchy subject.
Very, very, very.
Something that I've been thinking about for years, actually, because contrary to popular belief, I do, outside of like the bullshit banter that we do on this show, like in my real life, because understanding that Dodger Bell is a character to an extent, I like to err on the side of logic and trying to understand both sides. Like I say all the time, like you got to hear both sides. You got to hear both sides. So I do understand the argument. Taking away date rapes, taking away drugging people, taking away anything that is not consensual, like on the up and up that everybody knows about. This is something that I've been thinking about very deeply for a very long time. Just what is the responsibility of both parties in a situation when both people are drunk? And who is more responsible in a situation when we're both chemically impaired? To which something I don't have the answer to. It's just a thought that has definitely been in my mind for a very long time. And I don't have an answer of yes, no, up, down, left, or right. But I do think that there are some instances and some stories that we have heard about that make it unfair. And it's like, well, if I'm drunk and you're drunk, we both technically can't consent. Like neither one of us are in a position where we can say right from wrong. And I think that in that case, that's when the double standard of power comes into play. Who is the stronger one? Who is the more powerful? Who can take advantage more? And that normally errs along the side of the man, which is why he gets in trouble the most.
hard. It's hard.
No, it really is hard to like to say, because like taking sexual assault off the table, we all have or have known of that person that when they get drunk, they get angry. Or that person, when they get drunk, they're too drunk, too high, they party too much, they get violent. Like, oh, make sure you don't give this person more than such and such amount of drinks because they're going to fuck up the whole night. Like, because they don't have their emotions in play. And what that looks like if you are in close proximity with somebody that you don't really know and don't really know what their triggers are, and then they're completely impaired and they make rash decisions or violent decisions, and it's like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, I really don't know what to do with that. And the reason why I think about it is because I think about growing up like, oh, never drink too much, never get too drunk, never be around people that you're unsafe with, never leave your drink unattended, never grab a drink randomly from a stranger. Like, these are all of the things that we're told as girls growing up. And being the fact that I have girls, and I have one that's about to turn 16 in a couple of weeks. She's about to be off to college. What are we going to say to her? Like, what are these conversations going to look like in spaces when you're in college and you have people that are drinking, that are smoking, that are like, what does that look like?
Especially young.
And I still don't know. And I still don't know. Like, treat everybody like they're a fucking monster and stay away. Like, hold yourself to a higher standard so you can't have fun the way that everybody else has fun? Or do you open up that Pandora's box and tell people like, yo, some people have been through shit that you can't see visibly. And once you start adding drugs and alcohol into the mix, they can turn into a monster that you might not be able to fight. And then what does that look like? How do you protect yourself? And are you the word I'm looking for, like, are you complacent in certain situations if you put yourself in certain situations? And as a mom, no. But if I was a boy mom, would I say the same? I don't fucking know. It's too convoluted.
Tron. Yesterday.
Well, I agree with your first sentiments, Tahoe, where I think this is a woman's conversation, only because I wouldn't want to, like, I feel like, not that I would want to do this, but I feel like a man wouldn't want to say anything that could be framed as like victim blaming. You know what I mean? So I think this is a conversation that women should have. Saying that, I'll give my 2 cents in that. What I would say to men is like,
however,
right. So what I would say to a man in this situation, I wouldn't even address the woman's angle, is that I would be like, yeah, it's not the same. It's not fair and equal. Like, oh, we've both been drinking, we're both equally responsible. Like, nah, I think as a man, you need to be a little bit more responsible. And to Daj's point, like, men are just physically bigger and have an advantage in that capacity. So it's kind of like, yeah, we're both vulnerable, but the person that's physically not as strong is more vulnerable for being a victim, and the person that's stronger is vulnerable for being accused of being a perpetrator. You know what I mean? So you both have to be careful, but in a different way. So I feel like the man almost has to be careful for both of us. You know what I mean? Like, do not take advantage. So be careful that you don't make any bad decisions, but also don't allow a woman to make bad decisions in your presence. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. That's all.
Yeah, and to piggyback off you, Tom, I think one angle I don't think anybody touched on yet is we talked about the both people being drunk thing, right? And go back to one of Dodger's points about, you know, how certain people get when they drink. And we know how certain men get when they drink and how women get. And we know some guys that drink, that when they drink, they just, you know, it's just over with. So I feel like we're not having a conversation about when a guy is that drunk and there's a girl that's taking advantage of him in that way as well. I think that's something that we don't talk about, and it's just kind of like, yo, but like it's just brushed away. But I think both people have to be responsible depending on what the moment is, right? So I feel like it's hard to say, like you said, for both reasons that you guys said, like it's hard to say one way or another. But I do think that both parties have to be responsible, right? Now, how it's shared and divvied up, I don't really know how that works, but I do think that there has to be accountability for both parties, because just because a guy is bigger or stronger doesn't mean that he can't get sexually assaulted or violated. So I want to make that clear. Like, this big, tall, weight, like, men get sexually assaulted too. It's just not reported. So I feel like I don't want to make it seem like this is just an issue where, when alcohol is involved, only women are getting, violated, because people across the board are getting violated. I think, so people have to handle that, I think, a little bit more practically.
And I think that men, and I know that this is about to be a push and a stretch, but I do think that men I would like for them to feel more inclined to report rapey women and women that try to take advantage of them and women that be walking around groping niggas and feeling on niggas. Like, I think that that's a violation too. Like, don't touch anybody. Like, keep your hands to yourself, turn your horny down. And we've all seen it. And I know as men, like, I know some of you guys, if you have not seen it, that you have experienced it on one or two occasions in your life, like being around a drunk girl and her being too touchy-feely up on you, all up in your face. And that shit is not okay either. But again, women are not held to the same standard of accountability under the influence as men. And I don't think that this is one of those things that need to be, I don't know if it's equity or equality in this type of a scenario that should bode the most true. But I do think that it's something that should be addressed. And I do think that women need to learn how to keep their hands to themselves.
I think overall, I didn't really want to go into the male assault thing, because again, the power thing. But there's two people that I hate in the club or in a bar: drunk bitches and drunk niggas. Equally.
Hate them.
But drunk niggas are scarier. Drunk bitches are just annoying.
Life is in jeopardy. Yeah,
they're just annoying.
Annoying is yeah.
But a drunk nigga can lead me to the pen. I could wind up in the cell tonight, or some shit wind up happening, and it turned into a group of them niggas, and now it's a whole brawl. Niggas just drunk and corny. Like, drunk bitches just like, yo, bitch, like, here's my titties. It's like, yo, yes,
that's real.
And so for me, the responsibility, it becomes a self-responsibility thing. Like, why are you that drunk, nigga? Where you cannot tell. That's the only place that I can really go in this conversation. Why are you this drunk, nigga? Like, that you really, first of all, why are you this pressed to get this box with some chick that's drunk anyway? That's another thing.
You don't know the demons that people are living with. Like, I had to come to terms with understanding that drunk people don't understand what they're doing sometimes, because what they're doing is not traumatizing them. People remember and they prioritize their own trauma. If it's not traumatizing you, it's very easy for you to forget, because it wasn't something that was poignant enough in your mind to remember. People have demons. That's not an excuse.
So who are we talking to? The drunk person or the person that was assaulted?
The predator, if that makes sense in this moment. They have demons too, which is why you get that drunk, which is why you get to that level, which is why you're the nigga that gets the angry jump and you're not the nigga that gets the I love you drunk. There's a difference between those types of people.
I really wish
I love everybody drunk. You have a different life experience than the drunk nigga that gets mad and you want to fight everybody.
Yeah.
There's something else there. It didn't happen today. It could be something from your childhood. It could be something from your life. And again, these are not excuses, but people use alcohol and substances to run away from their issues. I am one of those people who I drink to calm down. That's not a good thing, but I understand my vices and I understand why I'm so stressed. And I love everybody drunk. Oh my God, I love you so much. I want to hug everybody. Unless you a nigga I really don't like. And then as I see you when it's up for you, like, get the fuck out of my face, you bitch ass nigga. Like,
I hate when you turn into that person too. I hate when you turn
into you gotta keep the niggas I have beef with away from me when I'm drinking. Because
yeah, she going at West. She fucking try to fight her. I'm just like, oh God. Then she with me at the play party, she want to be ha 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 and Tahoe. Yeah. I'm like, girl.
I'm happy when I'm happy with people that I'm happy with. And if you somebody that I don't fucking like and I'm drunk, get the fuck out of my, don't speak to me. Get out of my face. I love you
all. I do want to record again, being that we didn't record last week. I know this has been a long week for you.
You're wilding.
I do want to record again. Maybe I'll try to figure it. I would like to have this conversation with multiple women in the room just to get their opinion on these things.
Cool.
But yeah, great episode, y'all. Thank y'all. Whoever brought the topics, really genius moment. You did a great job. And to the people on the panel as well, I love you all. Can I get plates this year? Can I get
be a home if you want to come?
I need some plates.
I'm cooking something.
I need some plates, man, around here. Just got my refrigerator fixed, but I still need plates. I will deep freeze them hoes if I have to until I'm ready. But
wait.
Yeah.
Pull up on me, man.
Yeah. What you cooking? Wifey cooking? What's going on?
I'm be at my folks' crib. I'm cooking like I'm adding something to the table.
What you cooking?
What you bringing?
What you adding, Tron?
Cooking some jerk.
That nigga bringing ginger ale.
Nah, jerk salmon. That's my dish.
For Thanksgiving?
Amen.
Not everybody eat turkey.
That's peace.
Some pescatarians in the fam. Besides, it's good to have a good variety of things.
Are you one of the pescatarians?
Huh?
Are you a pescatarian?
No.
So why not make something that you eat? Like
I eat all the shit. I eat the turkey.
I eat everything.
Wild shit on Thanksgiving. This shit is.
Is anybody gonna have banana pudding?
You know, Danae made it.
Yeah, no, I know. I was scout. I'm scared.
You want more banana pudding?
More banana pudding, yeah.
Now I'm about to be with the Trinidadians and Italians. Ain't no banana pudding.
Is there curry?
Of course.
It's
curry. It's gonna be collard. It's gonna be sorrel. It's gonna be all of the great things.
Some bust up.
All of the great things. I can't.
I'm gonna hit you on the side.
Hit me on the side. I'm being hard.
Whoa, just relax on the banana pudding.
Nah, I agree. Yuck to banana pudding. I'm not a pudding type of guy. I'm too toxic.
Too masculine.
It's too gangster for pudding.
Too gangster for eating pudding. Real niggas don't eat pudding. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on with this ginger ale? Because that's what I'm bringing to Thanksgiving. I'm bringing a couple bottles of ginger ale.
What brand? That depends if you get an invite or not.
Seagrams. Seagrams.
You bring Seagrams to my house, I really might snuff you.
Which kind is the good kind?
Schweppes, nigga.
Oh, Schweppes. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Schweppes.
None of those. I don't do the high.
I don't think none of those. Canada Dry.
Canada Dry? That shit is nasty as hell.
That's real. Canada Dry is when you sick.
Like that's
the ginger ale you're supposed to drink when you sick. You can't be drinking Schweppes when you sick. You got to get Canada Dry.
Because I would never. It's Schweppes only, nigga. You crazy. Canada Dry. That niggas don't even be having Schweppes down south in the Midwest and shit. That's the problem. Ugh.
Yo. I see there was like some type of recall in ginger ale now because they said there is no real ginger in the ginger ale.
Ain't never been no ginger in that hole. You can't get the Jamaican spot.
You got to get Jamaican ginger ale if you really want ginger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as Canada Dry, Schweppes, Seagram, well, I think one of them might have it. I think Seagram's might have it in there. One of them might have a little bit, but apparently we've been sold a lie.
A lot for sure.
It says it right here: natural ginger flavor with other natural flavors. It says it right here.
That's one of the biggest lies ever.
Yeah.
Natural ginger flavor.
Tahoe, when you pull up, bring a sweet potato pie, man. Y'all still got that going on?
Yeah, you know how she do it.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow,
I gotta bring that to Harlem too. I gotta bring a sweet potato pie. That's the only thing I gotta bring. Yo, you want to know some crazy shit? My fucking sister-in-law asked me to bring a junior cheesecake to the fucking Christmas. I said, this ain't making a band, nigga. Are you fucking crazy?
It kind of goes with Christmas, though.
Nigga, you think I'm going all the way to Brooklyn for a fucking cheesecake and bringing that shit back to Irvington, New Jersey? Is everybody on drugs?
And juniors at that, they not even got the best.
They
shit.
got like little satellite locations in the city, though. You could get juniors in Midtown now.
I'm not crossing the tunnel for a cheesecake. My name's is not Babs Bunny, okay?
All right, let me
Uber Eats.
call wifey. I'm in trouble. She stopped.
Clean it up.
God, her?
Clean it up.
This girl's an elephant. You heard? So shameless.